Welcome, one and all, to the season finale of Past
Present.
Playback.
Playback. We need to time
Playback.
That back.
Yeah, we'll do
Back.
this time.
Back.
Playback. Back.
Back it up.
With your hosts, myself, Zach, and our lovely other host,
Kyle. And this time Sean's not here.
And this time Sean's not here, unfortunately.
Listen,
it happens.
in the
I fall asleep last week. Sean watches a movie this week.
In the last episode, I had said that Zach will probably be back. I never said Sean would probably also be there.
He's not a liar. He's not a liar. He's a truther.
And if I did say that, ignore it.
And if I did say that, you're a liar, and I'm gaslighting you.
So final episode, and we're going to take a little break, and then we'll start recording again, and getting things up for you guys, and gals, and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. All to everybody.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So, from the, video watchers, as you can see, we're doing another tier list. It's a staple here nowadays, honestly. It's a lot of fun. It's one of my favorite bits.
Yeah.
And yeah, this week, Kyle, what are we tiering this week?
We're tearing our eyes out of our faces in the most Cartoon Network fashion style way.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we got Cartoon Network here.
We got Cartoon Network from the past to the present.
Above me, because that's where it is. But yeah, we got a Cartoon Network here, and we're gonna rank them, and I'm gonna pretend like I know everything past like when I was in college.
Which has already been 10 years.
Gross. But yeah, we got a lot of shows to talk about, and a lot of shows that we're probably just gonna be like, yeah, I don't remember it or something like that, because we got our tiers here. We got Booyah for S.
And then we got Chemical Yes for A.
And then B is Buttered Toast.
Then we've got C for Candid Wife.
And then we've got D as The Things I Do for Love.
And then we've got E, which is Get Out of My Laboratory.
Damn, that was a good one. And I don't know the voice for this one as well, so I'm just going to say it how I want to say it. You know who else thinks this show?
I was going to say it like Goldar from Power Rangers.
How does Goldar?
Yeah, go that. It's that gruff. It's that gruff. You hit that.
You know who else thinks this show sucks?
Alright, more like a, you know who else thinks this show sucks?
Power
Rangers.
I think I went more Metal Gear.
Yeah, you definitely went more Snake.
And then we got Don't Remember and Haven't Seen. We didn't really rename those.
Kyle, I think we have so many selections here. I think we're doing it live. I think we can get rid of Don't Remember. I think we can just stick with Haven't Seen. We have so many these things to do. There we go.
Perfect.
They'll make it fit a little better too. Excellent. All right, perfect.
All right. Well, I guess we'll get into it.
Yeah.
We've got the one that Zach loves to remind me because I don't remember this one at all.
Listen, I haven't watched it. It's just that it's the first Cartoon Network show. That's all. It's just a fun fact.
We got Moxie. It's got Moxie, kid. It's got Moxie.
I'm going to assume this is how Moxie sounded. I'm going to assume Moxie sounded like this. That's what I'm going to assume Moxie sounded
I'm going to look up a clip of Moxie after this and it's probably going to be completely not wrong. It's going to be probably like the most normal sounding dude or something. Anyway, I've never seen this. Cool.
Haven't seen.
We're off to a great start, guys. Next,
now we have Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
This I have seen. I never remember watching it on actual Cartoon Network. I remember it as more of an Adult Swim thing, which
I don't know if
posted on Cartoon Network, but also it isn't, because technically Space Ghost started as a different show, and then it didn't do well. So I'm assuming they just found an image of Space Ghost Coast to Coast because that was the easiest thing to find. I've seen Coast to Coast. I've never seen the original series though.
I'm just gonna say we stick with it and we just say this is Coast to Coast, because I'm pretty sure if this show did exist, it would have been before Cartoon Network was created.
Yeah.
So it would go in like the Scooby-Doo era of things, where it was on Cartoon Network, but it wasn't from Cartoon Network. So I'm just gonna stick with This Was Coast to Coast, specifically made for the network of Cartoon, even if it was on Adult Swim or whatever. But I watched some of the show recently with my wife, and it is pretty funny. It's definitely got that very like deadpan like comedy to it almost.
Oh yeah.
But it's still pretty good. I would say it would be at this day and age, I think it would be The Things I Do for Love.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was feeling, so I totally agree with that.
All right, moving on to
What a Cartoon.
This I'm not familiar with. Is this like, was this like pilots or something? Like
kind of. So it was like shorts of basically everything we're going to talk about for the next like 10 minutes probably or so. As you can see, like Cow and Chicken's in here. We got Johnny Bravo's in there.
Okay.
It was one of those. The Powerpuff Girls is in here. It's literally just like I think they were like 5-minute skits or something like that.
All right, fair.
It was either it was either a show or it was the things they played in between the shows.
Yeah, like you know, that'd be like a block or something, or like not block, but like Nickelodeon did the same thing too, where they would like have like a half-hour block of just like playing like the pilot episodes essentially of things. So
yeah,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, if that is the case, then this it had a lot of what we grew up with essentially.
Yeah.
And became the rocks of our childhood. Buttered toast or Chemical Yes, maybe.
You know what?
Because you gotta think like pilots do need to inspire, like you know, like oh, we'll make this show, but you'll watch a pilot and you're like, it was okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it being in buttered toast. I'm sure some of these might end up higher than what a cartoon is. That's just because the show shined more.
Oh
after
no, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like the pilot doesn't do the whole thing justice.
But I think it's good there. Now, one of my favorite from when I was a young lad.
Absolutely.
Dexter's Laboratory.
Booyah!
You know, so this was a show about a super duper smart kid who had a secret lab in his family's, I don't know, basement?
No, it was in his room. It was like behind his bookcase. It just didn't make sense because it was gigantic. Like there was like...
But I thought his closet was an elevator or chute that led to the
no, that was just shit. It was literally just like he just opened his bookcase, slides open, he just walks through, and it's his laboratory. There might have been like shit throughout the whole house, but like it started straight there.
But anyway, yeah. So he's super smart. His sister always invades and messes things up in there, and the parents are just absolutely oblivious and just there for comic value. 99.9% of the time. He's got one of the most famous like quotes, the omelette du fromage, from the episode where he forgot how to speak anything but that one sentence in French for an episode. He also had what the heck was the other guy's name? The arch nemesis villain.
Mandark.
That's right. Yep. And he was also another super smart kid. Lived like next door or something, or down the street.
In love with Dexter's sister.
Yes, absolutely in love with Dee Dee, which is hilarious. A lot of hilarity ensued. Awesome movie to ended the whole series. I think it was.
No, it was actually before the transition to the new animation style.
I think the dads beamed a lot now with the Muffin Man thing.
No, it's not even that one. It's the Saturdays are for the dads and Dad's car. And on Twitter they'll post that clip every single Saturday and have done that for years now.
Mm-hmm. Hey, it's just because it's great. It's great.
It's so good.
Saturdays are dad. This podcast is probably for dads at this point.
And moms.
And moms. Yes.
But booyah, my guy. It goes in the booyah.
Yeah, definite.
I rewatched the movie a couple of months ago because I was following someone. No, was it? Following someone on YouTube who posts blocks of TV from like the 90s and 2000s, basically. So it'll just be like, you know, it'll be Cartoon Fridays, basically, and they'll have like with commercials included, like the whole run. And it was the night that premiered the Dexter's Lab movie. So I just rewatched that. Still a great movie. Still holds up. Still awesome.
Sweet. Next up. Hey there, sexy mama. We got some.
Do the monkey with me.
We got.
Man, I'm pretty.
Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, Johnny Bravo. Didn't watch a lot of Johnny Bravo growing up. My mom did not like Johnny Bravo.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I wonder why too.
I actually like Johnny Bravo as a kid, and nowadays it did not age well, but
I don't know if it didn't age well still. He wasn't a misogynist. He just was tone deaf when it came to interacting with women.
I mean,
I'd be interested to.
That's a guy in general. We don't pick up on the little hints, ladies.
But I'd be interested to watch a few episodes and see how bad it is. But yeah,
I remember laughing a lot when I was a kid to this.
It's really interesting to like watch earlier kids cartoons and like seeing like how they were put together in terms of like their plot and characters, because like it like going from like the all-star cartoons like Dexter's Lab, and we'll talk about like the Powerpuff Girls and Ed, Edd n Eddy and stuff, like they had such like a core cast to rely on and to be able to expand on plots. Johnny Bravo feels like one of the more hollow cartoons, kind of like coming up also like Cow and Chicken and I Am Weasel, where it's just like they had a concept and they just ran with it.
Yeah. Well,
and like until they couldn't anymore, essentially, which didn't last super long.
The other thing about like this one and the next couple ones we're going to talk about, they also did like the shorter episodes, so like you get the full 23 minutes whatever like show, but it would be split into like 3 or 4 skits essentially.
Was that for maybe for Cow and Chicken, but Johnny Bravo had it like that? I thought he was full 13-minute episodes too.
Yeah, no, it would be like, yeah, maybe 2 episodes for Johnny Bravo type of thing.
But yeah, like I Am Weasel was like definitely an ensemble cartoon, because I'm pretty sure it had the oh god, yeah, I know you're talking about the next 2. They had like other cartoons,
but yeah, Johnny Bravo did it as well, because essentially most of the time it was just him trying to hit on a chick and then something happening and then it not working out.
Mm-hmm.
And he just always was sad because he's just looking for love.
All right. Well, I would say.
So you don't have too much of an opinion on Johnny Bravo, but
I mean, I have enough of an opinion to be like, I wouldn't go probably too much higher than Candied Wife.
That's what I was feeling for Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, I would say that's fine.
For sure.
I really like the pairings people do now, where they put Samurai Jack and Johnny Bravo in a relationship together. Because of the old Cartoon City bumpers that they had.
Oh, yep.
That like Johnny Bravo and Samurai Jack would always be like oddly close to each other in those like little bumpers, and no one knew why. And there's so many funny drawings where it's like Johnny Bravo and Samurai Jack meet up. They're like, Samurai, like Johnny, Jack, you son of a bitch, and they do like the like grab the thing. It's like so funny.
That's awesome. Now we've got Cow and Chicken. I can't do that voice.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah. Honestly, I have no love for either of these cartoons. I'll be completely honest with you.
I don't really remember this one that much. If I saw clips, I would remember it better, but I just don't remember I Am Weasel off the top of my head at all.
He was a very smart weasel. Like he had that very kind of like deep voice where he would just like talk eloquently and like blah blah blah, and like that was kind of the bit. But like that was it. It didn't have much else.
Cow and Chicken was kind of like a Ren and Stimpy, but more tame.
Yeah, 100% more tame. Like it was gross looking like those two, but like it wasn't as like out there.
I remember liking some episodes of Cow and Chicken, but it was never like my like I can't wait to watch Cow and Chicken today.
Cow and Chicken comes on, I say what's on Nickelodeon, and I skip over.
I would watch it usually because something else that I like is coming on after, and I didn't want to miss that. But I would say that's a get out of my laboratory, honestly.
I'd agree. I would agree. I definitely wouldn't say it sucks.
And then I guess we'll just group I Am Weasel in here. Where would you put that?
Sure.
Because
honestly, that could be. Who else thinks this show sucks? I think I could go there.
Cool. All right. Now, I don't know about you, but
another staple.
Oh, the Powerpuff Girls. I don't care what people think.
Boo-yah!
Such a great show. Yeah, we'll move it up here and then we'll talk about it for a few minutes here because Powerpuff Girls deserves some talking about.
Oh yeah.
So fun fact, when I found out about the Powerpuff Girls, I was at like a summer camp, and one of the counselors there was in college. His professor was like the creator of the show,
Oh.
or like
Really? That's
writer or something
really.
like that.
I was gonna say professor. That's crazy.
Yeah. They ended up leaving the college to work on the Powerpuff Girls, like the
That's cool.
teaching. But Powerpuff Girls is such a great like superhero show that kind of takes like a dig at old like 60s Batman or 70s Batman or 80, whatever it was, in a way. Mainly just because think I'm saying that because like the phone, like the typical like the mayor pick up the phone, mayor calls them, and they always answer the phone. That was a very Adam West Batman thing. But the characters are just great. They're all like what, preschoolers? I think it was
something like that. They're very very young.
But they had some interesting villains. Interesting story arcs for the characters. You got Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup. Blossom, the leader. Bubbles is like their airheaded,
cute little sister, like the little cutesy, like, oh, it's me, I'm the little princess one. And then the tomboy Buttercup.
Yes, has some violent tendencies.
They're all a little crazy, if we're being honest. So fun fact, little thing about Craig McCracken, the creator. So the thing you're saying he was professor, actually he was a student at the California Institute of Arts, CalArts, and what was it? And right after he finished school, he sold the concept to Hanna-Barbera and produced the series in 1998.
Huh. Crazy.
So it could have been that one of your camp counselors, like teachers, like was maybe like an animator or something or whatever, and like decided to go work on it.
Yeah, something like that. I don't remember.
Or maybe he went to school with Craig McCracken or something.
Yeah, I mean, it was a long time ago. I don't fully remember the full details on it. But Devo did a song for this, or did not a song for this, but did a rendition where they were dressed up as Mojo Jojo. It was awesome.
Yep.
I remember them showing like those.
Jojo.
Oh God, Powerpuff Girls is so good. If you've never seen it, go watch this version of it because there's another version. And
don't watch the other version.
Watch the older version.
There's a revival series coming out soon for this version.
I'm hopeful. I am hopeful.
But yeah, something else too that Dexter's Lab and Powerpuff Girls did as well was they took a lot of elements from like Japanese like special effects shows and whatnot from like the 70s and whatnot. You can see that a lot in like the I'm trying to think like Dexter's Lab specifically had like the giant robot stuff. Like he had a giant robot and would do like the crazy like suit up like thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite episodes too. I love that one when they each get their different robots. Oh,
yeah.
So cool.
All right, Ed and Eddie.
That's my horse.
That's my horse. You dare mock the son of a shepherd. But yeah, no, Ed and Eddie, so good. Just for one, props to the creator. Name escapes me at the moment, but this dude, one, wrote the show the way he wanted to write it. Two, ended the show when he wanted to with an actual ending. And three, took the rights with him when he left. So damn. Cartoon Network could not do anything with the show to bastardize it after it was done.
That's cool. I didn't know about that last part.
Yep, he fully owns the rights to Ed, Edd n Eddy, and no, they can't do anything without his permission, essentially, which is great. So I'm really excited about that. I think also there's that Jellystone show that's out right now, which uses like the goofy versions of all the Hanna-Barbera characters, right? Essentially, and for their season finale, they're bringing in they're bringing in a crap ton of this era of Cartoon Network characters in there, and Ed, Edd n Eddy's going to be in it. And apparently all the voice actors that can come back are coming back to revoice their characters.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is so cool. I never watched the movie, unfortunately, but I think I've seen every single episode other than the movie.
The movie's great. Just 3 kids trying to scam their way into buying some Jawbreakers. 25 cents a scam. Just so great. I love Ed and Eddie. Ed and Eddie. It's such a perfect show. Um, yeah, it's just three misfits in a cul-de-sac of people who all kids that just kind of get along on their summer vacation, and then after the summer vacation's over, they do a season where they go back to school, and then the movie takes place, I think, during the fall semester of their school. And yeah, it's interesting. It brings a lot of plot points to a head. It's a really solid ending. Like overall, it's a perfect 10 out of 10 series. So, booyah from me.
Yeah, I totally agree. Oh, we're not even doing the. We should probably forgot about
that. We'll argue about that later. I think maybe this time around we get everybody into categories, and then we'll talk about positions.
Sure, sounds good. All right, Mike, Lou, and Og.
I watched this show. I don't give three craps about this show.
I vaguely remember this show. It was. Not
I think you know who. No, you know who else thinks this show sucks? My mom. Just put it on there.
That's fine. Now, the next one, though, does not belong in the, who else thinks this show sucks.
Such a good show. So many sound bites, so many songs.
This is my either absolute favorite or second absolute favorite. I'm not 100% certain.
This show was gross and creepy and scary and off-putting, but it was so damn good. I loved it.
Absolutely loved it. And the bananas thing from I think the movie or whatever, that shit sticks with me to this day.
Return the slab. Return the slab.
Courage the Cowardly Dog, such a good show. Probably for me a solid 12 out of 10. It's so fucking good. If there is a show in this list that I couldn't recommend more, it's probably Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Hell yeah. Booyah. Booyah, brother. Booyah.
Yeah, 100% booyah.
Oh, yeah.
It's... Honestly, if you've never seen this, you're doing a disservice to yourself.
Shows like these that we have in the Booyah, I'm gonna sound like a fucking boomer, but I just feel like we don't get these types of shows anymore.
No,
there's a lot of shows that have come out on Cartoon Network that are very story driven, have good morals and whatnot, and they're good. They are good shows, and they probably go in Chemical Yes or Buttered Toast. But as far as shows like this, where it's they stick to the fun, the short, the zany. They just get through it well. Or they're just so severely off-putting and scary like Courage. I feel like we don't get that type of creativity anymore. It's very much just here's I don't know. We'll get to those shows when we get there, but these shows hold a very again, nostalgia, rose colored, all that plays a huge part. So I'm not saying that I am the right in this, but I feel like I haven't. There's been very few shows that have come out more recently, like Flapjack and Chowder being one, but even then, those are already 10, 12 years old at this point.
They are pretty old now. But Courage is... I could probably dedicate a whole episode to Courage, honestly. Sheep in the Big City.
Sheep in the Big City. I would say it was fine. I mean, get out of my laboratory, the one above it. I don't think it was bad by anything. Things I Do for Love. It's just a sheep in a big city. There really wasn't much to talk about. This felt like one of those shows that had a 5-minute segment randomly.
It's one of the ones I don't think I watched a lot of.
There wasn't a lot to watch, I think. I'll be honest with you. I feel like there was less than 10 episodes. I could be wrong. There could be way more, but I felt like I saw
it felt like
4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this sheep was used more in those intercommercial things than it was in his own show.
It definitely had some creative episodes because there was really not a lot of dialogue in them. It was mostly action, but it was interesting. I'd say it's good. Yeah, where you put it.
We got Time Squad. I don't really remember that much.
Time Squad felt like a filler show. It felt like a show that could have been big, but they didn't do enough with it, and then it just ended up being nothing. And it was definitely during a time of I want to say it was it was either late grade school or early high school, but I think it was late grade school, like junior high and stuff. And it just wasn't where it wasn't Samurai Jack. It was like an in between of action and comedy and like trying to like do history and stuff and just
It doesn't quite
get out of my laboratory.
It's not bad. It just doesn't quite hit.
It's not bad. It's just But then we've got Samurai Jack, Back to the Past.
Back to the past. Samurai Jack.
Yeah, you got Samurai Jack. Just he's a samurai. Tries to beat the evil demon Aku. Gets thrown into the future. And stuck there trying to get home.
Aku.
That is Aku. Anyways, Samurai Jack's awesome. Amazing action for what they could pull off during the time period it was in without showing blood or gore. Like everything was a robot, so they could cut and chop and slash and like actually have like cool action. And like being an adult, you can kind of just input where that would be like super gory and bloody and whatnot, and you'd be like, okay. But funny action, awesome. Like it was such a good show.
Yes.
For me, this would be either Booyah or the one underneath it.
Well, this was that other one that I was debating on.
Perfect. Booyah
my
it is.
Absolute favorite. Because it's just there's so much stylization to it. There's so many good episodes. The episode where he learns to jump high, ninja. The black light ninjas, the freaking so good. I still never watched the last season of this though.
Oh, I would watch the last season, but then watch the ending bit from the video game.
Okay.
Because they kind of give it a trash ending in the season, but then they put out a video game shortly afterwards that takes the trash ending and fixes it.
Oh, nice. Because I knew
and it's animated the same way.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
There's also a PS2 game back in the day that was really fun.
Nice,
if you hit a chicken with the sword, the chicken grows giant and then attacks you. Thanks, my sister. She made me do that.
That's funny.
All right, Grim Adventures of Billy.
First,
this is Grim and Evil.
This is Grim and Evil first, which spawned the next one.
That's crazy.
Yeah, right? It's crazy how it went from this to this and this.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy.
Because this was such a popular show.
Which is so funny, because I honestly could give two shits less about Evil Con Carne.
I don't care as much about that, but I did love the Grim Adventures of Bill and Mandy.
Yeah. So I think Grim and Evil takes a hit because of Con Carne.
Yeah. What do we got again?
So, Candy Wife.
Sure, I'm fine with that. I also don't remember as much about Grim and Evil as I do.
Well, it wasn't. It was like a half and half. It was like one half was Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, the other half was Evil Con Carne. They would do like one and then the other, and then they'd split off into the two. And one did far more than the other one did. So then this one now.
Yes.
Boom. The Grim Reaper gets tricked into being the best friend to two insane children.
Yes. Yes, and they basically have to do his bidding. I mean,
he has to do
he has to do their bidding. Yes.
Yeah.
And he constantly just wants to kill them, and it's just so funny.
It's such a funny, gross show. It's just so stupid.
It is a dumb show, but it's a good.
It gets as it goes on, it progressively gets dumber and dumber and dumber. And it doesn't get worse. Is the thing. This is one of the shows where it's actually fun to watch it grow and just seeing like what they do. It's just so dumb. Billy goes from being like a weird little kid to the stupidest person in existence. As Rumor gets turned into chocolate, and he's just a head of chocolate, and they're like, "All right, Billy, you have to choose between chocolate, vanilla, and antidote." And if he chooses the other two, he'll die. And he's like, "Chocolate, vanilla, antidote." And
he just keeps looking at the chocolate, I think, right?
And then he just eats all of them and explodes.
Oh yeah.
But just chocolate, vanilla, or antidote. It doesn't even.
I do remember that one. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Shit.
But yeah, Booyah or A. One of those.
I'm gonna be honest. I think it's gonna be our first chemical yes.
I'm fine with chemical yes. It is definitely a cornerstone for Cartoon Network, but like the other shows just had such like a like perfectness to them, which is the worst word I could use to describe something. But like
yes,
je ne sais quoi. But yeah, all right, and then Evil Con Carne. I don't want to talk about it, but it's about a bear. No, it's not about
bear,
him.
Right?
It's about
the
bear.
the bear and the brain in the jar thing. Right?
So it was a super villain, who blew up essentially, and then the only things that were recovered from his body was his brain and his stomach that got transplanted into his bear.
Oh, that's right.
And then it's like yeah. And then it's his right hand man, which is the guy in the front, the evil scientist. And then they were fighting like a special ops marine like fish or something. Like it was absolutely just hey, here's we all got drunk one night. This is what we created. And Cartoon Network was like, we're still hungover. Approved. Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
It had its jokes. It wasn't the worst show. Like, I wouldn't put it in the show sucks, but I'd probably put it in either Get Out of My Laboratory or The Things I Do for Love.
Yeah, I'm fine with it being Get Out of My Laboratory.
Yeah, that's fine.
I feel like this was just the other show they thought of for Grim and Evil to fill in the time.
Yeah.
Because they didn't know how to make full episodes yet of Billy and Mandy. Now we got Whatever Happened to Robot Jones. Whatever did happen to it? I think it lasted one season.
I think so, yeah. It was definitely another show that didn't get a takeoff essentially, but I don't think was that interesting either.
No, it's kind of like that other one Nickelodeon. I think we talked about the robot girl one. Yeah, it's just kind of like
no. See, you kept saying that about My Life as a Teenage Robot. That show was actually really successful, but then ended up it had a couple seasons. Yeah, that one was late stage Nickelodeon. That kind of was one of the last better things.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but Robot Jones though, it just it was discrimination in the school against robots. It was kind of messed up. It was actually really thought provoking for the time. Really bringing in hate speech when I don't know. It's just I don't know. This show sucks. Or Get Out of My Laboratory. There's an episode with a Rubik's Cube. I remember that, and that's it.
I vaguely remember anything from this, so
there you go. I really like how it goes MASH show to one of the greatest shows on this list.
Yep.
Kids Next Door. Kids Next Door. Oh, so good.
Code name.
So good.
Kids
Next Door. KND.
Kids versus adults.
Yep, in the most ludicrous way possible.
Yes, it's
if there was ever a cartoon that went far too deep into its own lore in the best way possible, it was
did.
This show. This show made its lore so that kids created adults.
Yes,
and then adults rose up against the children, and and then created their own history. This is the gaslighting at its finest in a TV show.
It is such a weird show. I always, for some reason, can remember the Lunch Lady episode.
Oh God, yeah. That was the musical episode, or not? Yeah. Was it music? No, it wasn't musical. It was it was all through. It was all through it was all orchestral music. Yeah, that one was crazy. The reoccurring characters was just insane. All the stupid acronyms for their weapons and whatnot. It was just so good. Rainbow monkeys. The insane hierarchy of the kids, the teenagers, all
explaining what happens when you go from kid to teenager.
Yeah.
It's a wild ass show.
You turn 13, you get decommissioned, then you go to the teenager corps to fight against the kids you were best friends with and then forgot about.
Yep.
And then you become an adult.
Your memory.
They had a couple good movies too.
Yes. I remember the Number Zero movie?
Yeah, the Number Zero movie where, the number one's dad is Number Zero.
Mm-hmm.
And also, Father, the guy on fire in the thing, is his uncle, actually. That was also crazy.
Yes. There's a lot of, like, crazy moments you kind of never would have seen coming for some of this.
Yeah.
We just
No,
spoiled
there's
it
a
if
lot
you've
of pull
never
the rug
seen a
out.
lot of it, but you know.
Whatever. No one's gonna. It's 2024. No one's worried about Codename Kids Next Door spoilers at this point.
Such a good show, though. Good show.
So good.
Good
show. I'd put it right next to Billy and Mandy, if not higher.
Yeah, I'm fine with it being there. That's great.
Yeah. All right.
I never watched Clone Wars.
Right. So when you say Clone Wars, are you talking about the? Well, this is the Gendy one. This is the one that it was before Clone Wars the movie came out.
Yeah, I maybe seen an episode of this.
Okay, this was really cool. This was some of the coolest action animation pieces like ever. It made characters too cool. Like oh, sorry, no, it wasn't before Clone Wars came out. That was a mistake. That was a misspeak. It was before Revenge of the Sith came out. I think.
Before the third movie.
Yeah, it was before the third movie because they did the coldest version of General Grievous ever, and they made him too fucking cool, and he was so lame in the movie that everyone was disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this was awesome. Just for action alone, I'd put it probably in buttered toast because like. I think now it's not canon to anything, but like overall, like the animation was just so dope.
It's been completely retconned.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Okay, here we go. One of the most slept on shows in Cartoon Network history. It came on during the most unfortunate generation of Cartoon Network when they were transitioning to more live action garbage. Mm-hmm. Like, didn't get the chance. It should have been allowed. Oh my god, this show could have been a huge freaking hit.
It's so good, and I'm sad we only got 2 seasons.
Megas XLR.
Yes.
You dig giant robots. Chicks dig giant robots.
We dig giant robots.
Nice. So good, dude. Oh my god. This show, like, was so genuine. It was ridiculous. Like they had a overweight main character who loved to eat, but that wasn't the butt of the jokes. Like
he's kind of,
it was just
a hillbilly, but also not.
He's not a hillbilly. He's more just like he's just simple. Like
simple, sure.
Because he's not like a like, you know. He's not from the South or like, you know, that type of like hillbilly. It's just like he's just a simple dude who just likes video games. Like that's it.
Yes.
Like I relate to this guy.
And cars.
Like, Coop's great, and I don't relate to that as much. But yeah. And then there's his best friend Jamie, and then Kiva from the future. That a robot gets sent to the past.
Yep.
From the future, he finds it in a junkyard, buys it for like $5 or something.
Yeah, because they tell him like he can have anything in that pile or something like that.
Yeah, anything in that pile for like $5, and then he like moves one thing, and the robot comes out and he goes $5. So super quick funny thing. I don't know if I told you this already, but
it's fine.
So the creators of this, the creators of the show used to do a show on MTV. I don't remember what that show was called, but essentially they got screwed on MTV, and then they went to Cartoon Network
and got screwed again.
Cool. Well, they did, but they did the craziest thing to get on Cartoon Network. They went to Comic-Cons, and they essentially handed I think it was a VHS of the pilot of Megas to one of the execs at Cartoon Network, asked them to watch it, and then they got called in. You do shit like that today, you get blacklisted. Like, That's not how you go about things. Like, you don't try to, like, push shit on people like that, but they worked for them. The one time. That was their golden ticket.
Yep.
And then the junkyard guy who sold the robot to Coop was actually from their show on MTV as well.
Oh. Wow.
So that's funny. And then the last thing. So in every episode, or a lot of the episodes, like something... So there was the Pop TV in the Megas like universe or whatever, like it'd be like a satellite or a building or something, always got destroyed in the episode as a fuck you to MTV.
That's awesome. I never even realized that. That's so funny.
Yeah. But yeah, me personally, I would put this show in Booyah. However, it got snuffed out before it could, so I'm okay with chemical.
I love this show too. So
the other funny thing is how the cockpit was always different on the inside.
Yeah.
Like, because it'd be like the buttons were ridiculous, where it's like missiles, more missiles, all the missiles, like, and they're just separate buttons to hit. Like, he had to go manual one time, and there was like a whole like DDR like cockpit that he had to fight with. Like, it was so funny.
Yeah, I remember.
At another Comic-Con, they just asked Bruce Campbell to voice a character, and he said yes. And then he voiced like an Elvis MODOK creature, basically.
Yeah, excuse me. Wasn't that the episode where they went and did like the off-world fight thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep. Little baby limbs. All right, next. Moving on. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. I really liked the show. I thought it was nice and cute.
The show was fun.
It was a fun, cute little show. About a boy who goes to this place called Foster's, where he leaves his imaginary friend and has to keep coming back every day. Otherwise, he like no longer
gets adopted.
Yeah,
he would go up for adoption. Essentially,
yes.
That was his parent or his mom told him that he was too old to have an imaginary friend. Also, his imaginary friend was very mischievous.
Yes.
So he puts him up there, and he has to prove that he still owns the friend. Has to go every day to the place, and this hijinks ensues.
And just shows dedication to your friends.
Yep.
Great show though. The only thing I can ever always remember is the "Got Bio? Get Dio."
There's that. For me, I always remember, it's hot in Topeka. It's just constantly saying that.
This is just another wild concept of a show. I think it also had a movie, didn't it?
It had... So it started out as a movie. Its pilot was a movie. And then it had Good Will Hunting, and then I think it had another movie on top of that.
Yeah. Did one of them finish the series for it, or did it just end abruptly?
I would probably say that it got an end, but I don't know if I would necessarily say it was an ending. But yeah, no. I mean, it's a good show. I'd probably put it in I would say buttered toast or chemical. Yes, yeah, I'm fine with buttered toast.
Buttered toast, yeah. It's a good show. I think
it was good, but it wasn't groundbreaking.
But,
yeah.
It's a good feel show.
Hi, Puffy Amayumi.
I only watched like 1 or 2 episodes of this, so I don't have much to say. So if you got stuff, go for it.
I really have nothing to say about it. I would say either Get Out of My Laboratory, the things I do. I would say Get Out of My Laboratory. It didn't really do anything. It was around for almost nothing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it sucked. I don't have any bad feelings about it. I would say get it.
I think it was better for something else that we'll talk about later.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, just Get Out of My Laboratory. I think it's good. This one I don't know.
The Life and Times of Juniper Lee. Basically, I've watched a good amount of this show. It was pretty good. It was basically about a girl who takes over as guardian of like mythical creatures or whatever, like things that like would try to like invade the human world, essentially. Mm-hmm. And like her life as a guardian like interfered with her normal like teenager life basically all the time. So I would say the things I do for love for this show, like it had a plot, like it was more of a serious show, honestly.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it definitely was an interesting show.
Excuse me.
Ooh. All right. Camp Lazlo.
Camp Lazlo I liked.
Yeah, this is a fun show.
It was a fun show. I don't remember a whole lot about it right now, though.
I just remember the ending with the moose counselor.
Yeah.
A wild ending for a show. Let me tell you, it was certainly something. I would say Things I Do for Love or Candy Wife.
Yeah.
Either of those.
Yeah, it's like a pretty average. You know, Candy Wife. We'll give it Candy Wife.
Yeah, like that's fine. Show. That's fine. I'd say it's on par with Johnny Bravo, definitely.
Sure.
I don't know what the hell this is.
Than Johnny Bravo?
This is better than A Bug's Life.
Sunday Pants? I don't know.
I don't know what that is. So. Move on. Haven't seen.
My gym partner's a monkey. My gym partner's a monkey.
Monkey.
It's an okay show.
Yeah, it's whatever. I'd put it with either Puffy Amayumi or
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Inoffensive. Didn't really care.
Yeah, it was alright. It was like I'd watch it.
All right,
but yeah, I was never invested.
Now we're moving on.
But now, got some good ass shit. Ben 10.
He's got superpowers. He's an ordinary kid.
He's a kid.
Yeah, no.
He goes on a summer vacation with his grandpa and his cousin Gwen, and meteor. I think it was meteor.
Yep, like as a meteor hits the ground while he's going on a walk, opens up to reveal a weird watch-looking thing. He sticks his hand in like an idiot,
turns into
and it jumps on him.
Johnny Storm.
Johnny Storm, and then he turns into 10 different aliens. For 10 minutes at a time, and that show ran for like 4 or 5 seasons.
His last name is Tennyson. Everything is Tennyson.
Oh god, Benjamin Kirby Tennyson. He has a villain named Kevin E. Levin. Yeah,
isn't always a villain. We'll get to that eventually. But
yeah, well, there's other series where we'll get.
And then
that.
Yes,
but,
and then it goes kind of back to being one. Yes.
But no, this show was wicked good. Like it had the child superhero like fantasy down pat, like so good. Just having multiple like creatures you can just turn into, ending up getting more creatures. Like the villains were really fun and inventive. Like overall, this show is a 10 out of 10. Booyah!
Oh, another 10, you'd say? Another 10?
Oh. All right, Squirrel Boy, I give 2 shits about, man.
Never even seen it.
So I've seen it, so you can put it into the show sucks. All right, Class of 3000.
Never seen it.
I've seen it. This show took a chance.
Okay.
I would say put it in Get Out of My Laboratory. It didn't have enough of a chance. It wasn't bad. It was pretty cool musically. Yeah, I put it there. It's fine.
Cool.
You know what? No, put it up one more. Put it in the Things I Do for Love. It really did try when it did.
Sure, I'm not going to argue against it, so whatever.
Yeah. When you take the moon, and 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 you take... Yeah, that's a very funny meme.
Now, speaking of larger character that enjoys eating food that we had spoke about for something else, this takes that to the next level.
Yeah, this was... So when I was talking about, like, what... I think it was Billy and Mandy, just, like, weird little shows that did things. It was that one or maybe a different one. But, like, where it was just gross. This one and then another one coming up are the ones that do this the best later on. And, yeah, Chowder is so freaking stupid and wacky and like, just so interesting and funny. Oh, my God.
It's so good. So creative.
Just when they ran out of animation budget and they cut the live action with the voice actors being like, what do we do? And they just have a car wash. And then they make some money and we go, I think that's enough money to get the animation back when the animation's back. It's so stupid. This show's great.
So good.
I'd put this chemical yes. Yeah. All right. Transformers Animated.
I've seen only very small amounts of this. I wasn't really into that animation style.
So when this show first came out,
it could be amazing. I'm just saying, I
hated it because I hated the animation and I thought it was goofy. And then I actually watched it, and it was pretty good, actually.
Pretty good, but the animation's still kind of goofy.
The animation is still kind of goofy. Fun fact: the voice actor for Optimus Prime is, I believe, David Kaye, which was Beast Wars Megatron.
Huh. Cool. He flips sides.
Yeah, and then the guy who plays Patrick on SpongeBob was Bulkhead, the big green one.
Yep.
Yeah. So a lot of good voice actors in this show. The animation's actually pretty good in terms of like movement.
Yeah.
The character design is one that like I wasn't huge on, it's the same character animation goes into Ben 10 Omniverse, which I actually vibe with a lot. So, Yeah, I mean, overall, I'd put it in maybe Butter Toast.
Yeah, this was also, I think, the same animator that did the Omniverse, if I remember.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the same. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What were we saying?
I'd say Butter Toast.
Okay. Sure.
Like it had an overarching story that was actually pretty good for Transformers.
That's fine. I'm good with that. Alien Force.
Ben 10 Alien Force. Ben 10 ends, and then a month later, or maybe even a week later, Ben 10 Alien Force starts.
He aged like 5 years or something like that. 6
yep.
years.
Yeah.
In a month.
Ben 15. In a month.
Actually, he's 16 or 17 because he's 18 here, right?
Or no. 15. He's 15. It's 5 years later for Ben 10
because he can't drive. He can't drive in this one, but he can.
He can't drive in that one, but he can drive in Ultimate Alien, and then I think he might be 17 by the end of Omniverse.
Yeah. I never watched Omniverse, but I know it's craziness.
I rewatched Omniverse. I say rewatch. No, I actually watched it while it was coming out too. See, I rewatched it like a year or two ago, maybe, and it was still pretty good. But Alien Force, it was an older take on Ben 10. It was definitely far more mature.
Yes.
The animation took a hit, though. It took a huge hit in animation style.
I remember liking this one a bit more than I did regular Ben 10, just because of the more mature themes to it.
Yeah.
At that point, I was a little bit older than this Ben.
Yeah, we were in high school when this came out.
Yeah.
The animation just came really sterilized in character designs, and the first set of aliens was cool, and then they started making more stuff, and they kind of just started looking very generic and shitty.
Yeah, eventually he'll become Ben 10,000 or something like that, right?
God, this version of Ben 10,000 they had in this show was the fucking worst one. He didn't even transform. He could just use the powers of the aliens in his human form. It was stupid. It was so lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, overall, it was still good. Still good. I'd say it would either be Buttered Toast or Chemical Yes.
I'll give it a Chemical.
All right. Flapjack. One of the weirdest shows. One of the weirdest shows of all of Cartoon Network.
Yes. I didn't watch a lot of Flapjack.
I did not watch all of it. There's definitely episodes I could put on and be like, I've never seen this episode.
This would be the one where like we should call Nelson up right now and be like, Nelson, talk about Flapjack, because I know he loved it.
Yeah, he loved Flapjack. Yeah,
this was like his fave.
It was so funny. It was so funny. It was so stupid. I really did enjoy this. Like, I've been seeing a clip. I see some clips online every once in a while, and like this one of like Captain Knuckles like sitting down and like looking at this little dog, and like he's like, "You think you're so cute," and then like everybody loves you, and the dog does a flip, and it does this really like detailed painting of Captain Knuckles going like, "Oh," like so impressed by the dog doing a little flip. It's so fucking funny. Like they call me Kid Nickels on account of these two nickels. Like it's so stupid.
That's the only line I know because Nelson quotes that shit all the time.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
Like I remember the intro, like with the part where it's like, "It's the safer by the docks." But, you know,
I put Chemical Yes.
Chemical Yes.
Yeah, I think it's just as good as Chowder.
I could see the argument for that. I just never really watched it. I think it was never on like when I was home from school.
And then looking down at what's maybe not. I was gonna say, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of nothing coming up soon.
So for me, I don't.
Starting with the Secret Saturdays, I know it enough to say, get out of my laboratory.
Cool. I've never seen it.
It's about a family of cryptid hunters.
Cool. I've never seen it. Anyway, I have seen this next one.
Adventure Time, very good.
It's so freaking good.
It's so good. I just finished rewatching it. I think earlier.
The forbidden flavor.
I love the. Oh my god, dude! There's so
flip the pig.
Many flip the pig. Making pancakes. Like, dude, there's just so many. There's so many episodes. There's such a thick storyline.
This went for like 5 seasons, 6 seasons.
No, dude, this show went for fucking ever, guys.
Jesus Christ! I think I stopped at 5 or 6.
Yeah, no, yeah. I want to say there's like 7 or 8 seasons, if not 9th season.
And then there's spin-offs.
And then there's Distant Lands.
Yeah.
There's
the
Fiona and Cake spin-off. There's gonna be a season 2 of Fiona and Cake.
There's one with Marceline, right?
So there were seasons or parts of seasons that were kind of like, it was still Adventure Time, but it was like, yeah, there was the Marceline season where like she was finding or killing like the primal vampires or something. But that was like part of one of the seasons. And then there was Distant Lands, which was 5 mini, not, I shouldn't say mini, because like 40-minute episodes. Yeah. But like there was a Bubblegum Marceline episode. There's a BMO episode. There's one episode that's, God, it hurts so much. It's called Finn and Jake Are Dead.
Jesus.
It's essentially like the last. So the episode begins with Finn dying, and then he's in hell. But he's excited to be in hell because Jake had died years prior.
Oh God!
So like,
it's so fucking dark.
He's a dog. Yeah, so he's so excited that he's dead because he gets to go find Jake.
It's like, so dark.
Yeah, dude, it's so. I recommend watching that episode. I watched that one episode before I watched the other ones of that. It was so like, dude, I teared up like at least 4 or 5 times during that episode. Like, it's so sad.
The Lich King was fucking dark in this show too.
Yeah, dude, the Lich King. Like, there's just so much. This show goes so deep, it's ridiculous.
I made boom boom in my pants. Booyah.
Booyah. I love Adventure Time.
Booyah.
And then Ultimate Alien was
overall
butter toast.
They introduced the second forms of the aliens, but like he always had to go through the first, and it was like weird.
Well, yeah, because it's the same thing like Power Rangers. You gotta have your animation bits that take up time in the episode.
Yeah.
And you don't have to animate as much.
Generator
Rex. I like Generator X. It was a pretty cool show.
That one, so I don't have much to say. I'm not gonna have much to say for a lot of the rest of these, honestly.
I've got time. Well, we're gonna blast through the rest of this basically.
Yeah.
But Generator X, cool show about the little brother and Spy Kids voices this character. But yeah, it's a kid who has a nanite inside of him that lets him change his body into different like cool robotic things.
Yeah.
So like he gets big punchy arms, a sword, a gun. He can turn his lower half into like a jet bike. I think he gets a jetpack as well. And essentially there are nanites all over the world, and they can activate and turn people into monsters and stuff. He has the only good one that doesn't do that, basically. Everybody else gets fucked, kind of. And then he can also take the nanites out of people that activate or whatever.
Dope.
But yeah, it's a pretty cool show. It's another like story heavy one. Had an ending, but kind of was snuffed out before it could really get big.
Yeah.
Like it could have gone on longer, but they were able to give it an ending essentially. But yeah, I put it in Buttered Toast.
Buttered Toast. It is.
All right, regular show. Another really good one.
That's what I've heard. I have not seen a lot. I've only seen some episodes, and every episode I've seen has been really good and funny, but I've never seen
it's so stupid funny. It's just so... This is kind of like...
But it's
when
so
this
pop
was coming out
also.
It is in the best way, though, because it's like pop culture for us.
Yes.
Like, that's what kind of a lot of these shows coming up are, honestly. It's more our generation of, like, people.
Listen, I work with a lot of Gen
shows.
Zers, and they love regular show. It's one of their favorites.
Yes. It's so good. A lot of like 80s, 90s inspired stuff in this one.
Yeah.
Because that's like the age. Like these are also like characters that are like older than your average Cartoon Network show characters because they're in their 20s. And they're just like these two losers that work in a park, basically. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, really good show. I would say goes into A category. Goes into chemical.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Symbionic Titan. another Gendy.
This
snuffed out before he could really do anything with it. I'd say Get Out of My Laboratory, maybe even Things I Do for Love. It was a show that, again, had a purpose, had a goal, and it just came out during a time where Cartoon Network wasn't valuing that same stuff.
Dope.
No idea what Robotomy is. Get it out of here.
Sweet.
No idea what this next one is. Get it out of here.
I only vaguely recognize this because of this thing here, but yeah, I've never watched it.
All right. The Marvel, or whatever, what is it? The Marvel's World of Gumball?
Huh? You don't know this one? Are you joking?
No. I can't. No. I know what Gumball is. I can't read what the first words are.
The Amazing World of Gumball.
The Amazing World of Gumball. Okay. Yeah. No. Gumball's hilarious. This is also a funny, weird show.
Yes. This is the other Gen Z's favorites.
Yeah. Apparently, the voice actor for Gumball, not a good person.
Really? Of course not.
Yeah.
Why
like
not?
Meltdown,
Every single Power Ranger is a piece of shit, so why can't some other things be ruined? Anyway.
Hey, Walter Jones isn't a piece of shit.
No, there's like another one that just recently came out on.
Yeah, I know it was the Samurai Green Ranger, right?
Yeah.
Like beat up an old man or something.
Yeah. Like, are you kidding me? Come on, dude.
Yeah, but the Samurai season sucked anyway, so it's like, who cares?
Yeah, but still, it's Power Rangers.
I know. It doesn't exist anymore. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's fine. It's gone.
Power Rangers exists up here now. That's it.
Anyway.
Yeah, but Gumball, funny, goofy, throw it in buttered toaster. I don't know. How much did you watch of Gumball? If any?
I've seen about the same amount of these two as like.
Right. I would say that one's a little lower than the other ones are. Yeah.
Okay.
So buttered toast works. No idea what the hell this is.
Sounds cool, but I don't know.
All right, Omniverse.
The last of what was
the good Ben 10s
before it became this, which did a whole weird thing that I watched a retrospective on, and that's all I know about that one.
Yeah, I've seen like half of that one, and it's
because it's actually like just an alternate universe that takes place with these ones still having happened. But it's also a reboot.
Yeah, they just do a multiverse, so they just start branching off into just alternate multiverses of Ben 10.
But it's also a reboot, kind of.
Well, it's a reboot in terms of us as people watching it because it's starting over as him as a kid, but it's not a reboot to this series. It's just it's weird, but
anyway, Omniverse.
Omniverse, really good. Sticks with kind of that adultiness of it, but still kid friendly.
It's the animation style that kind of ruined this one, right?
It probably, because it was a drastic difference. However, I think it brought life back to the animation from how like sterile Alien Force and Ultimate Alien was.
Yeah.
I feel like it definitely brought back more of what original Ben 10 was.
Is this the one where he like died 1 billion times or something?
It's the one where they did a time bomb that wiped out like
everything
except for one. Well, yeah, no, they wiped out the universe a few different times in this one. The whole universe got wiped out. He became Alien X and reset everything, but things were just a tiny bit different. And then there was a later one where there was a bomb that just traveled through and wiped out all the Bens except for one Ben, who then started over the entire universe for him. It's weird, but it was a good show. I'd say I would put it with Alien Force.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
I hate Uncle Grandpa. I hate it.
Yeah.
Sure. Put it there. It's worse than Haven't Seen. It sucks.
All right. So this one I watched a little bit. I couldn't get into too much.
I watched all of it and Future and the movie.
I know a lot of people love this show, and it's just something I couldn't get into, but I can see the appeal.
It is a good show. It has good morals. However, it does fall short sometimes. This is definitely the talk no jutsu of American TV shows. If you follow my Naruto joke there, because Naruto just talked his way after a while out of all of his encounters. There was a lot of forgiveness in the show where forgiveness should not have been a thing. But yeah, overall, Steven Universe was a solid cartoon. I would say it could go into Buttered Toast.
Buttered Toast, okay.
Yeah.
Mixels?
No idea what the Mixels is. No idea. Never heard of this.
Clarence?
Clarence, I've seen a few episodes of. I don't hate it. Get out of my laboratory is all we would do for that.
Sure.
I don't know if you've ever seen anything.
So I need to see Over the Garden Wall.
You do. Over the Garden Wall's very good.
That's what I've heard, and it literally was brought up at my D&D campaign on Tuesday because for some reason they'd finally watched it. Like my DM and his wife, they watched it and they were recommending it to everybody else to watch it.
I would probably put it in A.
A?
It's very good. I would watch it during Halloween. Honestly,
that's what everybody says. It's a watch it every year around Halloween type of show, and it's really short from what I remember.
It's not long. It's a few episodes, like maybe 6-8 episodes, but they're like 13-minute episodes, or whatever. I think maybe 20. I forget. But all right, We Are Bears. I've seen a few episodes of this show. It's fine. Like the things we do for love or Get Out of My Laboratory. I don't know if you've seen anything.
Nope.
That's fine. Never heard of this show.
Nope. Next.
I've only heard of what this show has done to the Powerpuff Girls names. Put it in sucks.
Cool. I never watched this reboot version of it.
It has them twerking in an episode, dude. They are babies. Like, get out of here. Ugh. So bad.
Mighty Magisword.
Apparently, I don't know, did we talk about this? The creator of Magiswords had like 6 terabytes of child pornography and got arrested recently.
No, I don't remember talking about that.
I can't remember, I remember who we talked about this shit with, but yeah, no, that happened like a week or 2 ago. Or by the time this comes out, probably like maybe like 3 weeks to a month ago. Yeah. Anyways, that's all there's to say about that. Never watched an episode of it, but that just came up. And if you look at the picture of the guy, you go, yeah, that tracks. That tracks.
Sure. Ben 10.
I don't think it is bad. However, what it did to the series itself, I would say put it in sucks.
Okay, because I mean, I watched the retrospective on it when they went over all the Ben 10 stuff. I forget who I watched, so sorry, can't shout them out. But I remember them talking about it like being kind of a turnoff. It might have been Billiam or something like that, but it was kind of like a turnoff. But they watched it and it was actually pretty decent.
Okay, you know what? My heart's softening up a little bit. Put it out and Get Out of My Laboratory. Put it up 1.
Okay.
It did make me laugh at points. There were some okay moments. It sucks that like we had such a good ongoing series and that like they didn't have confidence to be able to continue it and then decided to just. I almost wish they didn't continue more along the lines, like just let it die. But you're not going to have a $1 billion franchise. Freaking stop.
Yeah, because Ben 10's kind of like their biggest they've ever had.
Yeah, absolutely it is. It's crazy how much money that series takes in. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, KO. I love this show. I love this show so much. It is so funny.
Honestly, you take it away. Take it away for the rest of these.
Okay,
opinion.
I'm only gonna. There's not gonna be a lot being taken away from most of these. It's gonna be pretty quick roundup. But OKKO is so funny. It's like you're living life in such a weird little video game. It's not a video game. It's life for them. But like, there's just everything that you can think of: aliens, demons, creatures. It's all living in a world. Like there's heroes and villains. It's kind of like everything's a business almost. It's so weird and zany and ridiculous, and it's just great. All the characters are fun. Like there's definitely a lot of things like yourself, like people our age resonate with in this show. Like in like they talk about things in high school and going on, and like I don't know. It's just I would have to like have an entire episode to talk about this show. It's so good. But overall, this
is your entire episode show, like Courage is for me.
This could be my entire episode show. It's so good. Like I started randomly watching this show from like a couple of clips, and then just watched the entire thing.
I'll probably have to check it out.
And like I did it like right as it ended too. For me, it's booyah for me.
I'll give it to you. I ain't got nothing to say about it. I probably would like it if I watch it. From what it
All
sounds
right,
like.
now we can probably kind of.
Never
I
seen
have
it.
no idea what. Never seen
This
it.
looks like a show that I would probably be into just based off of this, but I've never seen it.
Did you watch IT Crowd?
Maybe.
And it was one of the guys from IT Crowd voices the Onion character in this. I just found that out like a day or two ago
Huh,
because I heard a clip of it, and I was like, "Oh, it's that guy." But yeah, I haven't seen it. I have no opinion on it. So
Yep.
Craig of the Creek, I haven't seen, but I've only heard good things of. But I would just put in haven't seen. Summer Camp Line, nope, no idea.
Nope.
Don't even know what this next one's called, but nope.
Victor and Valentino, maybe?
Sure, I haven't seen.
Mau
Mau Mau I want to watch, but have not seen.
Okay.
I have seen all of Infinity Train. Very good.
Yeah, this looks like another show that I would want to watch.
A tier.
A tier? Dope.
Yep.
It feels like
yes.
this is something like over the garden wall that is.
Yeah, it is. It absolutely is.
Just so into.
Steven Universe Future can go on butter toast.
So with
it's
Steven
just a couple years after. No idea what this show is.
Elliot from Earth.
No idea what this show is.
Sure.
No idea. No, I mean I know what this is. It's Baby We Are Baby Bears, but I've never watched it. And then no idea what this last one is.
Yeah, I don't know what that one is either, but it looks interesting.
But yeah, that's the generalized list. I guess we want.
Yeah, that's that's our list so far. Now, what do we want to move around a little bit?
All right, do you want to start from the worst to the best?
Yeah, let's start from the bottom and work our way up, I guess.
All right. Well, haven't seen doesn't matter.
Yeah, those don't count because
okay,
we don't know how to order.
You know who else thinks this show sucks? So we'll go from the thing that sucks the most to the least in this one.
I feel like the most thing that sucks should be to the right because that's how we've kind of been doing it. Where it's
okay. So, I guess this is fine.
Sure. I'm not. I don't care.
If we're going from least suck to most suck on this one, then I guess I would just keep it here. I guess move Robot Jones up one.
Sure.
There we go. I'm done. All right. Get out of my laboratory. Now we're going from best to the
You know what I realized isn't in this list?
What?
The Teen Titans.
Interesting. Yeah, I do agree. Teen Titans should be here. I think it did air first on Cartoon Network. It would be in Booyah.
It would totally be in Booyah. At least the original. I don't know about Go as much, but
Go. Oh yeah, Go's not on here either, huh?
No, neither were here.
That is interesting. Go would not be in Booyah. Go would be in Get Out of My Laboratory or you know what else show sucks.
Yeah, the only thing I know that was actually good from Go was the movie because
I watched the movie. It was funny.
They fucked everything up and then had to
they saved Bruce Wayne's parents and then they
just
threw them
ruined
back
everything. So then they had
to kill them and then they just watched them die.
They're kind of the villains, which is hilarious to me.
Yeah, the Teen Titans Go does have funny episodes, but as a whole and a concept, it's awful.
Gotcha.
Okay. Let's see.
I'm gonna say my gym partner's a monkey. Probably can go way more up.
All right. So are we doing this one the best to the worst?
So this is the best of it. This is the worst.
Okay.
Of the end.
Okay. I would say
probably even Ben 10 could move up a bit. I don't think it's.
I'd say Ben 10 could go up more. I would say probably Puffy Amayumi, Secret Saturdays, and Clarence go towards the bottom. You wanted to put, yeah.
Sure.
Bear Bears can go higher than the other two, though. I think that show probably had more. Yeah. I'd say that's fine.
Sure.
All right. Things we do for love. I would say Sheep can go first, maybe.
Okay.
Unless, I think that's fine otherwise.
Cool.
Candy Wife. You do what you want with this one.
It's fine.
Yeah, that's all right. All right, Buttered Toast. What a cartoon go at the end of Buttered Toast?
Probably, I would say, I don't know. Actually, you probably like Clone Wars more, right?
No, Clone Wars is really cool, but you could put Foster's ahead of Clone Wars, honestly.
Okay.
You could put Alien Force above Transformers.
Generator X.
Yeah, you could put Generator X up one too.
Gumball. I feel like we should probably put
Gumball...
Gumball more up too.
Yeah, if you want, put Gumball more up. Yeah, I would say that's fine. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
New Universes less than
Yeah, they stay like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Now
we get into the ones where it's getting
yes. Now this is where it matters. The garbage is gone.
This is
okay.
This is actually kind of a tough one.
This is tough. These next two are going to be really hard. All right, I'm going to say Alien Force can go lower.
Lower? Okay. I'm okay with that.
I would put Alien Force, honestly, after Omniverse.
Okay. Are these going to be the end cap, you think?
Those might be the end cap.
I mean, I don't know how great Over the Garden Wall is. Is it better than, let's say, like Next Door or Billy and Mandy?
Nostalgia says no. Nostalgia says no. It's good. They are good. They are both good in their own right. However, I would say Kids Next Door, Billy and Mandy, hell, even Regular Show holds a better place in my heart than those do, but I still love them. Mm-hmm. I'd say they could probably go above Ben 10. Like, I would say maybe Ben 10 is the end there, yeah.
Okay.
What would you say Flapjack's better than Chowder or the reverse?
Well, again, I didn't really watch Flapjack, so I couldn't say too much on Flapjack.
I'm fine then. This is fine with me.
Okay. Wasn't as bad.
No.
This is the one I feel like is gonna be tough because honestly,
I
mean, I look at this and my eyes just go, Courage is like my fucking top.
OKKO can stay at the end just because I can't even believe we got up to Booyah with that, so that's fine staying where it is.
This is your swan song.
This is my swan song of a show. The fact that it got up there, it can stay at the end. That's fine. Let's see here. All right. If you want to put Courage at the top, I don't think I could fault you for that. Okay. I don't think I would say I necessarily love any of these. More. I mean, I would say I love Megas more than Courage, really? But I don't. But I don't think it actually deserves to go before Courage.
I honestly, if we were being more honest, I don't think it even belongs in Booyah either. But I do I really do like Megas, but I just don't think it holds up as well as some of these other ones up here.
I think it does, honestly. I think the action, I think the comedy, I think it does hold up. Especially because it's more recent than the other
I can tell you a lot of this is my nostalgia keeping it up here for me.
Mm-hmm. All right. Courage. I would put Ed and Nettie above Dexter's Lab and Powerpuff Girls.
Okay, I'm fine with that. I feel like Samurai Jack's too low though. That's
fine. You can put Samurai Jack up. You put it above Dexter's Lab if you want. Oh, you want to put it above Ed and Nettie? So here's the thing. I'm trying to think as a kid.
Yeah.
What would I want to keep on the TV more? An episode of Ed and Nettie or an episode of Samurai Jack?
For me, Samurai Jack is top tier. Great voice acting, great animation, a lot of different stylize to it. The stories were just interesting.
All right, I'll give you Samurai Jack. You can put up one more.
You can do the rest now.
You're like, I got what I wanted, man.
I got what I wanted out of this. We're good. So yeah. What do you think?
I think Adventure Time can go above Megas.
Yeah.
I think Bed 10 can go above Megas.
Okay, so Megas and then OKKO?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Dope. Are either one of these you think better than any of these?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Is that our official list then? Are we done?
I think this is our official list.
Dope.
I think we did it. Sweet. I think without a doubt, nobody can complain about how we've ranked Cartoon Network from 1990 to 2024.
Sure, yeah.
I don't think a single person can complain. I think nobody has seen these other shows that we haven't seen.
No, nobody's ever seen these shows. That's why they're down here.
Yeah. To be fair, both Craig of the Creek and Mau Mau, I do want to watch. Everybody's seen Moxie except for you and me, though. That's the thing.
Yeah. I've seen Mad
Everybody's
Moxie.
seen my show!
I've seen Mad Moxie from Borderlands. But I've never seen this Moxie.
I really hope we watch it and he sounds exactly how I said he sounds.
We're going to watch a clip after this, because I got to know. But
yeah. This was good. I had fun. I like talking about things we like. These shows all have such special places in my heart, especially the Booyah and Chemical Yes era. Everything else is kind of whatever.
Do we quickly list these off for the listeners?
Yes. Okay. We will go through.
Let's try and rapid fire this, and we'll just do every other one or something.
Yeah. Okay. So we got Booyah, top category. Courage the Cowardly Dog, Samurai Jack, Ed, Edd and Eddy, Dexter's Laboratory, The Powerpuff Girls, Adventure Time, OG Ben 10, what they're now calling Ben 10 Classic, insane, Megas XLR, and then OKKO.
And then for Chemical Yes, we got Codename Kids Next Door, The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, Regular Show, Chowder, The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack, Over the Garden Wall, Infinity Train, yep. Ben 10 Omniverse, and then Ben 10 Alien Force. Then for Buttered Toast, B tier, we've got Foster Home for Imaginary Friends, The Amazing World.
The Amazing World of Gumball, Star Wars Clone Wars, the Gendy Tartakovsky one that came out before Episode 3, not the CGI one. Ben 10 Ultimate Alien, Generator X, Transformers Animated, Steven Universe Future, and then What a Cartoon. And then we got for our C tier, right? Yes, C tier. Yep, Candy Wife here. We've got Johnny Bravo, Grim and Evil, and then Camp Laszlo. Then The Things I Do for Love, our D tier. We've got Sheep in the Big City, Space Ghost Coast to Coast, The Life and Times of Juniper Lee, Class of 3000, and then Symbiotic Titan. And then for Get Out of My Laboratory, which is... Laboratory. What are we on now? D. E tier. This one's a little weird because we had an E tier in this one. We could have taken this out probably. Probably, but whatever. We got My Gym Partner's a Monkey. We got the... Monkey. Newest or last version of Ben 10, I guess you could say, which was just, I think, called Ben 10 as well. Cow and Chicken. We Bears. Time Squad, Evil Con Carne, Hi Puffy Ami Yumi, Clarence, and The Secret Saturdays. Then we've got You Know Who Else Thinks This Show Sucks? Which is our F tier, is I Am Weasel, Whatever Happened to Robot Jones, Mike, Lou, and Og, Squirrel Boy, Uncle Grandpa, The Powerpuff Girls reboot, and The Mighty Magiswords. And for things we haven't seen, we've got Moxie. Thank God you're taking this one. I can't read half of these. We got Moxie, we got Long Live the Royals, we got Mixels, we got Sunday Pants, the Problem I have no idea what this is. Problem Solvers. Put on your 3D glasses to read this one. Robotomy, Secret Mountain Fort Awesome, Apple and Onion, Craig of the Creek, Summer Camp Island. We got Victor and Valentino, maybe? Mau Heroes of Your Heart? Elliot from Earth, The Fungies, which I feel dirty saying that one. Tig and Seek, We Baby Bears. I feel dirty you saying that one. And then The Heroic Quest of the Valiant Prince Ivandoe. What a title. I don't know why, but I would assume that the person who voices that character is the same person who voiced Flapjack. Maybe. It just has the feeling. I also realized he's got a little Jiminy Cricket dude on his head there. Yeah, nice. Might be worth checking out sometime. Anyway, that is our list. Yeah. Again, the finale. So we made it. This is it. Here, the fireworks. We made it. If you're still listening, thank you for listening. You made it all 12 episodes?
You've made it through to the end. That's crazy. We'll see you all in a couple weeks. Let us know in the comments down below anything you'd like to maybe see us do a tier list on, or some topics you'd like to talk about.
Yeah. Well, we'd love to take some topic categories.
Questions? Sure, whatever. We'll do whatever.
Yeah, ask us questions, man. I'd love to talk to the fan. It'd be great.
Probably should have put this at the front of the episode, but whatever.
Retention. It probably should have been at the front, but
maybe we'll start the next season off with that.
We'll start next season, the new season. This was the rough season 1. We did it. We made it. I almost hit every episode, man. I really wanted to, but curse me falling asleep on the couch last week.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. I was here for every episode.
You were here for every episode. There wouldn't be an episode without you. Everybody, let's give a big hand out to Kyle. There would not be a podcast without Kyle. He puts the whole thing together. He does it. He does it. He's great. I just show up and talk.
I figure out our times every week.
Yeah, he figures out the times. He gets together. He starts the Discord call. He records. I'm recording my own audio though now, so I'm doing a little bit more.
Yeah, we're getting a little bit better. Kyle, so if the audio is bad, hopefully it'll get a little better in the next season for sure. And we'll hopefully iron out all the rest of the kinks and whatnot from this.
Ooh.
But let us know what you'd like to see in future episodes and whatnot. And if there's anything you would change in this list, let us know. I'm sure there's nothing that you would change because this list is perfect.
I recommend everybody who hasn't watched the first 2 tiers of this, Booyah and Chemical Yes, watch every show in here and you will not be disappointed.
Yeah, I got a few I actually need to watch in here still, so
Yeah.
Even I got
some I want to rewatch.
All right. Well, that'll do it for now, and we'll catch you.
Signing off on season 1. I hope I don't die between seasons.
That would be pretty bad. We'd have to replace you.
New host? Whoa!
We'd have to replace you.
Oh my god! Nah, just prop up my corpse. Anyways,
bye. Bye.